Welcome to Fenway Park on a special night and a special weekend, as a lot of Yankee fans saying thank you to Derek Jeter, and Red Sox fans as well. It's game one of a 3-game series between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Tonight, the Red Sox open up this series against the Yankees. We're seeing a lot of firsts from a lot of young players from the Red Sox. They're all our Chevy key players to watch.
Well, a great game last night for a lot of young players for the Boston Red Sox, and it starts off with Mookie Betts, who had another terrific night. He's really playing terrific baseball. 3 for 5 last night, scoring a run. Rusney Castillo picked up his first Major League home run and almost had his second that game with a hard line drive off the wall. Bryce Bench, who looks very impressive, 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. And Christian Vasquez had probably the best game that he's had in a Red Sox uniform. He threw out a runner at second base and was 4 for 4 with his first Major League home run. So we're seeing an awful lot of firsts because we're seeing a lot of young players the last couple of weeks of the season, but they've played very, very well.
See a lot of young players tonight for the Red Sox, a lot of young players for the Yankees as well. Taking a look at their lineup. Tonight they'll face the Red Sox knuckleballer Stephen Wright. He is making his second Major League start and is the first start for Wright in 2014 in a Red Sox uniform. We're back with more from Fenway right after this. By Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Welcome back to Fenway Park as we get ready for game one of the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Certainly a special night and a special weekend here at Fenway Park. Reminds me so much of 2001 when we saw Cal Ripken retire in his last game at Camden Yards, and certainly that was also on Nesson. But this weekend will be special. The question is, how much will Derek Jeter play? After last night, of course, you'll hear a lot about respect from both Major League players and, of course, the fans. But last night in his last at bat at Yankee Stadium in true Jeter fashion, taking it the other way as Nick Markakis cannot make the throw to the plate in time, and a walk-off base hit for Derek Jeter in his final at bat in a Yankees uniform at Yankee Stadium. So no doubt a special moment there, but there's so many players throughout Major League Baseball have so much respect for the captain of the Yankees, Derek Jeter. With more, here's Gary Streisky.
Don, you can probably count on one hand, heck, you probably only need 2 or 3 fingers, the times Red Sox fans are cheering for anything a Yankees player does. Yesterday was one of those times as Derek Jeter said goodbye to Yankee Stadium in walk-off fashion. David Ortiz even getting in on that act, as he explains in our Geico quote of the day.
Everybody have much respect for Jeter. You know, everybody know that he's the face of baseball, and and everybody would love to watch him play. Very special guy that through the years, teach all of us how to do the right thing, and we're gonna miss him.
Don, you touched on it earlier. Just how much are we going to see Derek Jeter? Of course, not playing tonight. He will DH both Saturday and Sunday. Earlier this evening, he said, listen, if this was any place other than Fenway Park, I would have said my final goodbye at Yankee Stadium. So Red Sox fans should be feeling pretty good that they will see Jeter one more time in action.
All right, Gary, thanks very much. We'll see the Red Sox and Yankees in action. When we come back to Fenway Park, the first pitch is coming your way next. Southwest Airlines, Toyota's website for deals via Toyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts, Subaru dealers of New England, Kia, and by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. Welcome you back to Fenway Park on a cool evening at Fenway Park as we begin this three-game series between the Red Sox and the Yankees. And what a 24 hours it has been for Derek Jeter, wrapping up his Yankee career at Yankee Stadium last night. Yankees getting in and to the hotel at about 3:45 last night. Quick turnaround, and he will not play in tonight's game. Scheduled to DH tomorrow and Sunday as well. Joe Girardi kind of left it up to Derek Jeter as to what he wanted to do, and Derek Jeter will play tomorrow and Sunday. And I guess, Jerry, there was some question last night. I had to think about it after the game whether or not he would play at all. I mean, especially the way things finished last night at Yankee Stadium.
Especially the way they ended at Yankee Stadium. You thought maybe that would be it, but he was very clear in his press conference after the game that he was going to play in Boston, and he would take today off and then DH Saturday and Sunday. He says, out of respect for the Red Sox and the great rivalry we've had throughout the years. So Jeter will be in the lineup tomorrow and Sunday.
The Red Sox have taken the field tonight. As they do, let's check out the New York Yankees starting nine tonight. Jose Perella is at second base with Yuri Perez in center field. Francisco Cervelli is at first base with Chris Young in left field. John Ryan Murphy does the catching with Austin Romine in the DH. Brendan Ryan is at shortstop with Zealous Wheeler at third base batting eighth, and Antoine Richardson in right field bats ninth. Tonight's Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your New England Audi dealers. And on the mound tonight for the Red Sox, their knuckleballer Stephen Wright. His 6th appearance of the year, but first start of this season, 2nd in the majors. Without a record of 3.38 earned run average, 18 strikeouts to 2 walks, and opponents hitting at .274 against Wright.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are 7th in the league, 91 errors on the season. Gavin Cicchini will be at third base. Xander Bogaerts the shortstop. Mookie Betts at second. Ryan LaVonway the first baseman. Left to right, Bryce Brent, Rusney Castillo, and Alan Craig. And Dan Butler doing the catching for Stephen Wright.
Well, the umpiring crew, Paul Noward has a play calling the balls and strikes with Vic Carapazza at first base. Larry Vanover is the crew chief. He's at second base. And Angel Hernandez, the umpire, at third. Well, beautiful day today in Boston as it is 65 degrees to start the ball game tonight. Breeze light and variable, and the forecast is clear for the remainder of the evening for this game 1 of the series. Fans, you can test your Red Sox IQ right now with the MLB Preplay mobile app. Download for free and start predicting every at-bat of every Red Sox game all year. Tonight, Preplay predicts Stephen Wright will go 5 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, and strike out 6. No chance for Wright to get a start here as the Red Sox and Yankees fans say goodbye to Derek Jeter this weekend. And so many Yankee fans have made their way here for this series, and Derek Jeter on the bench tonight as Stephen Wright gets ready to deal with Jose Pirela to lead things off here for the Yankees. And the first pitch of the ball game bouncing in for ball 1, and we're underway. Pirela at .417 so far, no homers and a run batted in. Two for 4 in last night's game against the Orioles for Pirela. 5 for 12 in the homestand. Made his major league debut last Monday. Spent the season with Scranton Wilkes-Barre, hitting at .305 for Scranton. In there for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Stephen Wright making his 6th appearance for the Red Sox as he made 15 starts at Pawtucket and 1 start for Portland this year.
This is on the ground towards short. Bogaerts to his left for the first out of the game. I'm glad to see him get a start tonight, Jerry, as we have seen so many of the younger Red Sox come through the system, have a chance to get a start. And for Wright, he's pitched well out of the bullpen, has deserved it.
Yeah, he certainly has. And, John Farrell was talking about that this afternoon prior to the ball game. The fact that, there's a reputation in the Red Sox organization because of Tim Wakefield. That, we're not afraid to take on knuckleball pitches, where, as I said before, Don, there's a lot of teams and managers that don't want any part of knuckleball pitches. They scare them to death, And in this case, the Red Sox aren't intimidated by that, and they feel like he's made great improvement through the year by being able to change speeds with the knuckleball. So, he gets to start at the end of the season. He deserves it. See what he does.
Well, chance here to show everybody what he can do. He's got 1 out in the first. Yuri Perez shows bunt and will take a strike. Perez in center field. 311 with a home run and 11 runs batted in his time at AAA Syracuse. So this Yankees lineup tonight, Jerry, is interesting.
Yes, it is. Very interesting.
The bench for the Yankees, they have several All-Stars. On the bench tonight for New York, I mean, Joe Girardi has all kinds of choices here off his bench. Give you his bench here. It is McCann, Drew, Ellsbury, Gardner, Suzuki, Headley, Teixeira, Beltran, and Jeter. They're all options for him off the bench.
A lot of All-Stars there.
All of them but one is an All-Star. Stephen Drew has never been to an All-Star game. Everybody else has been to an All-Star game.
That's not a bad bench to have coming into a game.
Very, very good. In spring training, you are supposed to have 4 regulars in the lineup. I'm not sure there's 4 regulars in the lineup tonight, Don, for New York.
It is that time of year.
3-2 pitch is back up the middle into center field for a base hit for Perez. Now, did you know Fenway Park hosts more than just Red Sox games, sporting events, and concerts? Fenway Park has a variety of unique spaces to host your next holiday party, meeting, or special family event. Visit redsox.com/events or call 617-226-6791 to book your Fenway Park event today.
First major league hit for Perez as he gets the baseball, and this souvenir thrown back into the Yankee dugout. Now here's a name we recognize.
Francisco Cervelli, normally doing the catching. But at first base tonight, he bats third in the Yankees order. And the Yankees just eliminated this past week from the wild card scenario. Baltimore running away with the American League East, but the Yankees were alive until Wednesday night. 1-0 pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Dan Butler. It's his task tonight to catch Stephen Wright.
Now the glove came right off Dan Butler that time, trying to stop this knuckleball. And he did the right thing. He picked up the baseball and not the glove.
The glove did its job. It knocked it down.
Exactly.
Didn't need it any further. That'll drop in there for strike one. 2-1. Now, Cervelli did not play in last night's game. 4 for 16 in the last homestand for New York. It's on the 60-day DL earlier this season with a right hamstring strain. Ended up missing 55 total games. Throw to first, and Perez back to the bag.
Two and one count might be a good running count for Perez at first base.
He is off, and the pitch fouled off to the right. Evens it up now at 2-2.
Guys that have a little bit of speed love to run against knuckleball pitchers. It's kind of 50-50 whether the catch is going to handle it cleanly or not. And on the 2-1 count, he was off.
Throw to first, and back to the bag is Perez again. And 20 steals this year in AAA Syracuse. Another throw over, and he was leaning, and he just gets back. That was close.
Yeah, delayed call, too, by the first base umpire, making sure that he got back. He had to step towards second base, but you can see the hand on the bag while the tag was around the hip. Oh, he was leaning big time.
That's got to be a bad feeling, and I'm sure it's happened to you, where you're heading in the other direction when the throw is coming your way.
Absolutely. It happens to base stealers all the time. Guys that, can steal bases because they get their mind set on a certain pitch, and you start to lean a little bit. If the pitcher holds the ball longer than you expect, it's an uncomfortable feeling.
Strike three call. Freezes Cervelli, and he doesn't like it. He'll take with him the first strikeout for Stephen Wright of the night.
Stephen Wright inside with the knuckleball this time. Let's see where it ends up. Inside. Cervelli does not like the call at all.
So 2 down, and Yuri Perez still at first base. Chris Young the batter. 250, 3 homers and 9 runs batted in. Joined the Yankees on the 2nd of September. It's 4 for 27 on the recent homestand for New York. Played in 88 games with the Mets this year, hitting at .205. Kind of an interesting note on him. He became the second player ever to homer for both the Mets and the Yankees in the same season. Joins Dave Kingman, who did it in 1977.
You ever see Dave Kingman hit?
I saw him play. Yeah,
he used to hit some of the highest home runs you'd ever see.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Good dance on this one from right. As it darts down in the strike zone.
Close pitch, and a little too much movement there for the umpire. .1,100 career games for Chris Young, .233 average, 155 home runs. He bats with John Ryan Murphy waiting on deck. 2-2 pitch with the runner going as a ball throw down from Butler will be late. And a stolen base for Perez.
Perez finally got his stolen base. I mean, he's been wanting to go since he got on first base. The throw by Butler to the shortstop side of second base. And Perez in with his first steal in the big leagues.
On the ground on the third baseline, foul. Well, do you want to relive the best Red Sox moments from this past week? Then tune in Sunday night at 6 p.m. and again at 9:30 p.m. for the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. Full count here to Chris Young. And that is high for ball four. He'll head down to first base. First walk given up by Stephen Wright. So 2 on here for New York, and it brings up John Ryan Murphy. .284 with a home run. 8 runs batted in so far for Murphy. Second stint of the year with the Yankees. He's not played in the last 9 games for New York. In there for strike 1.
Right besides the knuckleball will throw the fastball. Also a curveball.
Ball and a strike now to Murphy. .51 games this year at AAA, hitting at .246 for Murphy. 28 runs batted in. 25th pitch for Wright of his first inning. And a swing and a miss. 1-2. Big cut there, and he may have gotten Butler in the backswing.
That knuckleball stayed up high, and the old saying is when it's high, let it fly. Well, that side Murphy did let it fly, but no contact.
He did get Butler in the backswing on the bare arm. Swing and a miss, but it gets all the way back to the backstop. Butler is going to fire to first in time on the strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 2 men left for the Yankees. The Red Sox are coming up. bottom of the first inning. Check out the Red Sox starting 9 as Mookie Betts at second base with Xander Bogaerts at shortstop batting second. Yoenis Cespedes, the DH, with Alan Craig in right field. Aaron Cicchini at third base with Rusney Castillo in center. Bryce Brentz in left field. Ryan LaBarnway at first base bats eighth. And Dan Butler does the catching and bats ninth. On the mound for the Yankees is Chris Capuano, Springfield, Mass native, left-hander. His 12th start with the Yankees, all of them coming with New York. 1-3 with a 4.73 earned run average. 50 strikeouts and 19 walks, and opponents hitting at .269 against the former member of the Red Sox. Career against Boston, 0-2 with a 5.74 earned run average, 10 Ks to 2 walks, and Red Sox hitting at .313 against him.
The Yankees defense is 5th in the American League, 86 errors on the season. Wheeler, Bryan, Perella, and Sabelli in the infield. Young, Perez, and Richardson in the outfield. And Murphy doing the catching for Capuano.
I noticed you stayed away from first names.
We didn't have enough time, Don.
Mookie Betts leading it off here in the bottom of the first inning.
There are a couple of tricksters in there, I must admit.
That's at .294, 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Yuri Perez over towards right center for Betts as Bogaerts waits on deck.
Capuano last started against the Red Sox on September 4th. No decision in that game. Gave up 4 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings.
Mookie Betts fresh off a good series against Tampa Bay, going 5 for 12 in the series. And a liner to center field that is caught out there by Perez. A sinking line drive and a hot shot by Betts, but in comes Perez to make the catch. Hung up long enough for him to make that grab.
That's a terrific play by Perez in center field. As that ball was sinking very quickly, and he was not playing very deep at all against Mookie Betts, so he was able to make the play when he hits the grass, closes the glove up, and Capuano loves it.
So 1 down here in the first inning. Xander Bogaerts. 238, 12 homers and 46 runs batted in. And the pitch, it's a little bit low. Time now for Lowe's Never Stop Improving. Xander Bogaerts for the month of August. Bogaerts hitting .123 with no home runs and 4 RBIs. But in September, hitting at .315 with 4 doubles, 4 homers, and 16 RBIs. 22 total games. As he'll take the strike. Xander went 3 for 9 in the series against Tampa Bay. And that's with 1 out in the inning. Bounces in for ball 2. There's a strike, 2-2. Red Sox are 6-10 against the Yankees this season. Second straight losing campaign against New York. Close pitch, but called inside. Popped up right side of the infield. Perella, the second baseman, settles underneath and handles out number 2 of the inning. Well, Sunday, catch the season finale of NESN Clubhouse. Fans pick their favorite Fenway job. Plus, we look back at the most memorable moments of the year and some never before seen bloopers. The season finale of NESN Clubhouse, live and commercial free, Sunday at noon. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Yoenis Cespedes in the DH spot. At 260, 22 home runs, 98 runs batted in. And there for strike one.
A lot of Yankee fans in Fenway Park. I was coming into Mass Pike today. Of course, a lot of people thinking that, it's the last 3 games for Jeter. And it was loaded with New York and Connecticut license plates on the way in today.
Now, they saw this on the schedule, and I think a lot of people figured this series could even mean something the last 3 days as far as coming down to it.
I got to the Alston-Cambridge tolls, and I thought I was in New York, not Boston.
Cespedes may have gone around. They check, and he did. Carapazza said he offered 1-2.
Take a look from the side. I think he did break the wrist.
Cespedes lines this to left, and that's going to put a dent in the wall. Chris Young gathers it quickly. Throw to second base. Cespedes will be safe. Wall ball double to left. Had to hurry because he hit it so hard it came off the wall quickly.
A lot of times, for most guys, that's a single, but Cespedes has very good speed, and he had no intentions of stopping at first base. Ball hit hard off that left field wall, and Cespedes able to leg it into a 2-base hit. Girardi coming out, and it looks like he wants to challenge this. Does Cespedes come off the bag? And was the tag on Cespedes if he was off the bag? Let's see.
He's out.
Yep, he was off the bag. He did. He slid right over it. And the tag was still on Cespedes.
Well, you got him on the hip.
I think you're right, Don.
We will see as Cespedes tried to shift feet there coming up over the top.
That front foot went right off the bag. And then the tag, I believe, was still on as there was air between Cespedes and the second base bag.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's good stuff.
He is out. They have made the call, and it is overturned. So a single. Cespedes gunned down at second base. Enjoy the rich taste of Farmhouse Blend coffee from Cumberland Farms. It's made from 100% Arabica coffee for the perfect balance of aroma, body, and taste. Stop in today for a cup of do-it-yourself coffee perfection for only 99 cents, any size. Now it's on to the second inning back at Fenway Park, and Austin Romine leads it off. Taking a pitch down and away for ball one. Romine, the DH tonight for New York. Here in Scranton, hitting at .242, 6 homers, 33 runs batted in. Romine, Ryan, and Wheeler to bat here in the second. There's Brendan Ryan. Off the end of the bat, foul. Stephen Wright had to throw 26 first inning pitches. Get out of it, though, unscathed. Gave up a single and a walk, struck out 2. On the ground to short. Bogart stepped to his left for the first out of the second inning. Well, discover the stars, our universe, and more with Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's January 16th at Foxwoods Resort Casino. Tickets are available at foxwoods.com or by calling 1-800-200-2882. One out in the second inning for Brendan Ryan. 176, no homers, and 7 runs batted in for Ryan.
Kind of typical Jeter fashion, out on the bench, watching guys play that watched him play for the last couple of weeks.
Now, listening to a lot of his teammates talk over, and we've heard so many of them, past players and present players, talking about him being in the dugout all the time. Not a guy that spends a lot of time in the clubhouse during games. And of course, playing in a lot of those games, but this year, really for the first time, not playing in every game at shortstop, doing some DHing and other things. That'll bounce in for ball 2.
Jeter had a press conference here with the media at 6 o'clock prior to the ball game tonight.
I just got done saying how he never goes to the clubhouse. He just went to the clubhouse.
Oh, he'll be back.
One out here in the second. On the outside corner, full count.
One of the rookies sent him for some sunflower seeds.
The keys to the batter's box?
The keys to the batter's box, yeah.
Popped up foul off to the right, out of play.
That was a big one in the minor leagues, wasn't it?
Yes, heard that a lot.
You hear that all the time. Young kid, poor young kid, the bat boy, and you'd go up to him and say, "Hey, go get the keys to the batter's box," and start scrambling around with the keys to the batter's box. And where do I get them?
Send them all over the yard.
Yeah, they'd be looking all over the place for the keys to the batter's box. Obviously, no such thing.
Right. Check with the groundskeeper. They got to go all the way down there to check, and then they come back and check with the manager. Now down to first base goes Brendan Ryan, a one-out walk here. That brings up Zealous Wheeler. Third baseman hitting at .204, 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. Wheeler has not played in the last 10 games. Called from AAA Scranton on the 21st of August. Second stint of the year with the Yankees. Ground ball down the third baseline. Diving is Cicchini. He'll go to first from one knee, and it'll get there. Cicchini had no play at second, but he goes to first, and on a hop able to get Wheeler at first.
Cicchini has really made some very nice plays over the last couple of nights here at Fenway Park. In this one, he wanted to go to second base. There was no play there, so he goes to first base, and Wheeler does not run all that very well. If he's able to get him on this throw here from that position, Wheeler's not really getting it down the line very quickly. But a nice play by Cicchini. Working hard at his defense.
So 2 down, Ryan at second base. Antoine Richardson, the batter. That'll clank off a Butler, but up the third base line. So no advance from second base for Ryan. Richardson scoring the game-winning run last night against Baltimore as he pinch ran for Pirella on Derek Jeter's walk-off single in the win last night. It's a fly ball to left field. Brent's going back. It'll take him to the edge of the warning track to make the catch. It ends the inning. Through an inning and a half, no score from Fenway. Back at Fenway Park, no score as we head to the bottom of the second inning. And Alan Craig leading it off here for the Red Sox. Craig, Cicchini, and Castillo to face Chris Capuano. This is line to left and in for a base hit, and it eats up Chris Young out there in left. And Craig is headed for second base. He'll get there without a problem.
Craig has had incredible success against Capuano. .533 in his career against the lefty with 2 home runs and a base hit to that total right here. And that ball just eats up the left fielder Young, gets by him. So probably a base hit and an error. Although the ball took kind of a crazy bounce on him to his left.
They do charge him with an error. A single and an E7 to begin things here in the second inning. There's Garen Cicchini, 6 for 20 so far, 300 and his first home run out of the way. That's a fly ball out to left center field. Perez calling and catching the first out of the inning. Send it down to Gary.
Guys, the new sign on TC with tonight's poll question. Who was the most valuable Yankees player in the past 20 years? Sox 1 for Derek Jeter. Sox 2, Jorge Posada. Sox 3, Mariano Rivera. Or Sox 4, Bernie Williams, text your answer to 536-536, message and data rates. Those may apply. Text help if you need it. Visit NESN.com/terms for all that legal stuff. Guys, either got to go Sox 1 or Sox 3 in this case.
Yeah, you can make a case for either, but I think I'm going with Sox 1.
I'll tell you what, Mariano Rivera, if they didn't have him,
yeah,
how many World Series would they have won? You won.
That's a question.
And same thing with Derek Jeter. You can ask the same question there.
To me, though, you got Derek Jeter playing every game, and that's the only difference for me.
Yeah.
And that, I guess, goes back to the same conversation about MVP and Cy Young. You know what I'm saying? As far as, should the Cy Young Award winner be the MVP?
I agree with you. I'm not trying to take anything away from Derek Jeter at all, but when Rivera came in the game was over.
Yeah.
It was over.
Make a case the best there's ever been.
Yeah.
Well, so far, Mariano Rivera on top. Keep an eye on our Scion poll throughout the night. Runner at second base, one down. Rusney Castillo quickly down, 0-2. .222 average so far for Rusney. Home run and 4 runs batted in. He's 2 for 7 in the series against Tampa Bay. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Berkshire Bank, America's most exciting bank. Visit berkshirebank.com or one of our locations in New England and New York to discover how big bank resources combined with small bank attention can help you find your exciting moments. Life is exciting. Let Berkshire Bank help. Runner at second base, one down. Rusney Castillo with a count of 1-2. Fouls it off at the plate.
Rusney hit his first home run here last night. Almost had a second one as he planted one up against the left field wall later on in that ball game. Busy winter ahead for him. Fall Instructional League. No, not the Instructional, excuse me, the Arizona Fall League. And then some games in Puerto Rico. Trying to get him 200 at bats, including the ones he's already had since being in a Red Sox uniform. And then rest up for spring training.
Now this is 28th at bat. That's a ground ball left side. Brendan Ryan was the first base runner, kind of running in front of him, and Craig takes third, 2 down. Ace Ticket, the official Red Sox ticket partner, has the best seats at the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway. All the 200% guarantee. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Treat yourself or someone special. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Red Sox have a runner at third with 2 down for Bryce Brents. 400, no homers, and a run batted in for Brent so far. 2 hits in last night's game, going 2 for 4 against the Tampa Bay Rays. And now 4 for 9 on the current homestand for Boston. His mom and dad watching him play here for the first time in the major leagues. Here at Fenway Park tonight. They got here for tonight's game. Cindy and Charlie Brents. Line to left, and a base hit for Brents. From third base comes Craig, and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. So Bryce Brents continues to be impressive. His parents like it.
I talked about it last night. I mean, I really like the way he swings the bat from what I've seen in spring training, what I've seen here at the major league level. Hard line drive to left field. Nice balance right there by Brent. Picks up his second RBI, extends a hitting streak to 4 games, and mom and dad are happy.
0-2 down. Brent's at first base. And Ryan Lavarnway, the batter. Lavarnway getting a start at first base tonight for the Red Sox, looking for his first hit in the majors this year. He is 0 for 7 so far. And takes a look at ball one. Top of the zone for a strike. Lavarnway's season with the Paw Sox, 62 games. He hit .283 with Pawtucket this year, only 3 home runs. Most of the games coming at first base, although he did catch some 15 games as the Paw Sox catcher. Throw to first and back to the bag is Brent. Last 26 games of the season for the Paw Sox, he hit at .316. Inside to Lavarnway. At .455 in the Governor's Cup, earning MVP honors for the Pawtucket Red Sox, part of their Governor's Cup championship. It was 10 for 22 in that final series. Fights it off foul, and the count evens at 2-2. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, wants to thank our EMS teammates for their care that they provide and those in need at Fenway Park and beyond. Learn more at bidmc.org/teammates. Run in for the Red Sox here in the second inning with 2 down, and Bryce Brent's at first base. Lavarnway strikes out to end the second inning, but the Red Sox grab a run, take a 1-0 lead through 2. Furniture Superstore is now open to the public. For years, businesses have been taking advantage of WB Mason's overstock. Now you can too. For a sneak peek at inventory, visit whatabargain.com. Well, the Red Sox get a run in the first, have a 1-0 lead. U.S. Air Force retired from Colorado. Welcome to Fenway Park. Stephen Wright back on the mound, now has a lead. Dealing with the top of the Yankees order, Jose Perella. Grounded out to shortstop in the first inning. .43 pitches for Stephen Wright, working to his first hitter of the third. Kind of a roll call here at Fenway Park for Derek Jeter.
Yep. Just a matter of time before that started.
And there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Full count now. Perella, Perez, and Cervelli here in the third inning for New York. There is Perez waiting on deck. And a swing and a miss. There's a third strikeout for Stephen Wright, 1 down.
At that time, Wright goes to the fastball. Will pick up the strikeout, elevates the fastball. About one high. Fastball at 84 miles an hour to pick up the strikeout.
There's Yuri Perez, who singled to center field in the first inning. The only hit so far off Stephen Wright. Showing bunt, then tried to get out of the way as Wright falls behind. 2-0. Swing and a miss there, and it's now 2-1. Fastball at 84 miles an hour from Stephen Wright.
Yeah, not afraid to go to the fastball on a 2-0 count.
And by him at 86 and rising. And that knuckleball sails high, full count. Red Sox grabbing a run in the bottom of the second inning to take a 1-0 lead. Fouled back, and we'll do it again. 3-2. Dunkin' Donuts' new dark roast coffee is here. Celebrate National Coffee Day on September 29th with a free medium hot or iced dark roast coffee from Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per customer. Foul back again. First appearance of Stephen Wright's career against the New York Yankees. And first start of 2014. And that is strike 3, but again it gets a long way away from Butler. His throw this time will be late. So a strikeout, but Perez will reach.
And we see it happen so many times, you know, with knuckleball pitches. They get a good pitch, and Butler just couldn't handle the ball. That was right down the middle of the plate. It was the knuckleball. Gets by him, and too late at first base as Perez hustles down the line.
So it's a strikeout, a pass ball. that has Perez at first with one out and gives Francisco Cervelli chance here. Standing in, he was a strikeout victim in the first, went looking in the first inning.
Perez had that stolen base back in the first inning.
This one will get away from Butler too, and take it off for second as Perez didn't leave right away, but then you can tell Butler didn't know where it was. He took off.
And Butler right now is having a very difficult time with that knuckleball.
Second pass ball of the inning.
Oversized glove being used by Butler, but still tough to catch.
Butler catches that one, but it is called a ball, 2-0. Harry Perez at second base with one down, and Cervelli waiting on a 2-0 pitch. That'll miss. Butler blocks it, 3-0. Chris Young waiting on deck as the Yankees bat here in the third.
Now, Cervelli may have the green light here at 3-0 because he may see a fastball.
He does, and drives it to left field. This is going to be up off the wall. Round from second comes Perez. He will score to tie the game. It's 1-1. So it was a fastball, and Cervelli was ready for it on the 3-0 pitch and drives in the Yankees' first run. It's a tie game.
And just makes sense. I mean, when you have a knuckleball pitcher down 3 balls, no strikes, you're probably not going to see the knuckleball again. And why not take a chance on the fastball? And that's exactly what they let Cervelli do. He plants it off the left field wall, and we got a tie ball game.
Well, Chris Young, who walked in the first inning. Butler had trouble catching that, and staying at first is Cervelli. It's not been a fun inning so far for Dan Butler.
Oh, this has been a very difficult inning for him.
Low for ball 3 and another 3-0 count. Fouled at the plate, 3-1. Another green light there, handed out this time to Chris Young. John Ryan Murphy waiting on deck, 1 out in the inning. Fouled back, full count. Francisco Cervelli held on by Ryan Lavarnway at first base. Pitch 65 for Stephen Wright. And it's lined into left field for a base hit. As Cervelli takes second base on the single by Chris Young, and the Yankees have 2 on with 1 away. On Tuesday, October 14th at 8, join us for the NESN 30 Anniversary Special presented by your New England Honda dealers. We'll chronicle the network's journey and relive our greatest moments from the Rockets' 20 strikeout game in 1986 to the Bruins' Game 7 comeback in 2013. NESN 30 is our story and yours. All right, strikes out the first batter that he faces. In fact, strikes out the second batter that he faces here in the third, too. But Yuri Perez would reach and score, as it turns out, on a single by Cervelli off the wall. Now another single by Chris Young, and got a run in. Runners at first and second with 1 out for New York.
Yeah, I was thinking, you know what I would do, Don? When they started that chant, if I was pitching or hitting, let's face it, these fans are here this weekend to see Derek Jeter, right? And he's not on the lineup tonight. I would step off the mound.
This could be 2. Second from 1 on to first, thrown away. And heading for the plate now is Cervelli, and he will score. So the Yankees pick up their second run, and coming in hard there was Chris Young at second base, and Bogaerts ends up getting elevated and throws it away.
It looked like it was going to be a double play to end the inning, but instead the wild throw to first base.
It's actually Betts who threw it away.
Yep, Betts right there getting taken out at second, leaving his feet, and throw not close to first base. And while this is all going on, a run's coming around for the Yankees. Wow, that was a little bit off target. What I would do is I'd step off the mound, let the chant get bigger and bigger, to make him come out of the dugout and acknowledge the fans here at Fenway, even though he's not playing. I mean, that's why these fans are here this weekend.
Sure. There's a ground ball towards shortstop, and this time an easy toss to second that ends the inning. The Yankees come up with a pair of runs and take a 2-1 lead after 2.5.
The Red Sox trail by a run as we enter the home half of the third inning. And Jerry, you were talking about the chance of Derek Jeter echoing through Fenway Park. You know, there was a time here at Fenway that you couldn't even imagine Derek Jeter, or any Yankee for that matter, getting an applause. Actually, 1999 is a story Derek Jeter was talking to us media folks about before the game. He was saying he got dropped off at the wrong gate here for the 1999 All-Star game, and he didn't think he was going to make it to the clubhouse alive. He was getting hounded by all the Red Sox fans here, giving him grief. Fast forward 15 years later, of course, this his swan song. He said he had lunch today in Boston. All the Red Sox fans came up to him, congratulated him. Even today, walking through the concourses here at Fenway Park, every Red Sox fan congratulating him, paying him his respects. Guys,
it certainly reminds you of the situation we had with Mariano Rivera. He wrapped it up coming here to Fenway Park. All the years of battling the Red Sox, and certainly the amount of respect that Red Sox Nation has for Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera. Taking it all in tonight, as he has tonight off here at Fenway Park, scheduled to DH tomorrow and Sunday. The final two games of the regular season. As Butler pops this up, foul off third. Wheeler, the third baseman, puts it away for the first out here at the bottom of the third inning. One down for Mookie Betts. That's lined out to center field in the first inning. 0 for 1, second time through here for the Red Sox against Chris Capuano. In there for a strike, 1-1. High for ball two, 2-1.
Brock Holt still looking to get cleared from a doctor in Pittsburgh on that concussion situation. Talking with Joe Kelly, Jen Nava. And we've been talking all week about how to put the cap on. See? That's how you put your baseball cap on. Front to back.
The proper major league way.
That's the way you put your cap on.
Full count now to Mookie Betts.
Maybe Bob Tomaselli can tell him to do that again for us live on NESN.
Ground ball outside of third and foul.
Go ahead, Brock. Put it on. That's the proper way right there. That's how you put on a big league cap.
See, he did it differently that time, though.
Huh?
He did it differently that time, though. He didn't pull it down in the back like you had suggested.
No, you don't have to pull it down in the back.
Just put it on.
No, if you get it right the first time, you get it right.
40th pitch here for Capuano, and it's fouled off to the right, out of play.
There you go again. See?
Two hands that time. And Joe Kelly's got the good moss going, so he doesn't like to wear his hat.
Right. And these are things you have to know.
Chopped to short, and Brendan Ryan plays the high hop to retire Betts for the second out of the third inning. Well, tonight's suits are designed by Joseph Abood, custom made in the USA from fine Italian fabrics, now available at Men's Warehouse. Now, Monday's going to seem strange when we don't put on our fine Italian fabrics from Joseph Abood.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, there's Joseph right now. I got my fine Italian fabric tonight, and on one of my sleeves, it's starting to come undone.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So,
does Joseph know this?
No, he doesn't know this.
Is this a new one that you just got, or?
I think it is. Yeah, I got it this year, and it's coming separated
from the lining.
Right here. Look.
Oh yeah, that is a full separation right there.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's well. Joseph can fix that for you in the offseason.
So when I'm out dancing after the game tonight, I mean, this one could just tear right up.
Well, you won't have your coat on if you're dancing.
You never know, Dan. Depends what kind of place we go to.
Well, Joseph Abood here tonight. Maybe he can fix it for you during the game.
It should be alteration. Should be taken care of right here in the booth. I would think.
He'll check with this guy Gino, and he'll be here. And well, we may have to call him in between innings. The 0-2 pitch is popped up. Foul ground. Cervelli heading over towards the Red Sox dugout, and he overruns it. Ends up behind him.
Cervelli's used to catching pop-ups as a catcher, not a first baseman. And this one just completely fools Cervelli as he starts in, looks to the Red Sox dugout, but whoops. Ball way over his head.
Bogarts with a swing and a miss, and Capuano has a 1-2-3 third inning through 3-1 New York. Community strong. That's why they've been named the #1 SBA lender in Massachusetts 5 years in a row. Eastern Bank, here you're first. Well, Derek Jeter, the only Yankee I could ever love. Statements made by a lot of Red Sox fans. A lot of signs here for Jeter tonight. Game 1 of this 3-game series from Fenway Park. As we move on to the 4th inning, and Brendan Ryan leads it off for New York. Pitch will bounce in. Stephen Wright through the first 3, throwing 67 pitches. And giving up 2 runs in the 3rd. They're unearned. Dan Butler really had trouble catching Wright in the 3rd inning. Called a strike, 2-1. Stephen Wright spending the first 5.5 years of his pro career in the Cleveland Indians system. This is out towards left center field, and over from center comes Castillo. Reaches up and makes the catch, almost overran it. First out of the 4th inning. Non-stop action, heart-pounding excitement, historic performances. Don't miss the 2014 postseason beginning September the 30th.
You were talking prior to the game tonight about the postseason possible matchups, and they really should be some good ones as we move forward to the 2014 postseason.
Zealous Wheeler standing in and taking ball 1. Yeah, it really, if you take a look at the teams that are lined up, good pitching, good offense, a lot of very good lineups top to bottom going head to head, and certainly the Angels playing great baseball in the second half, running away with the West. And it looks like the Orioles are poised and ready for a pretty good offseason.
Yeah, they've looked awful good to us all season long, especially at the end.
And the Tigers and their pitching staff. So low pitch is for a strike over the outside corner. At least their starting staff. And some questions about their bullpen. And Seattle holding on to hopes right now in the wild card scenarios. This one is to third base and a fair ball. Cicchini throws it across the diamond in time to get Wheeler 2 down. The wild card race heading into this final weekend. The Mariners 2 games back of the Oakland A's. Well, it'd be something if the A's did not make it. But as it stands, they'd have to play that 1-game scenario against the Kansas City Royals if this season were to end tonight, and that's a little scary. Just the 1 game.
Yeah. Can't really, if you're in that situation, either one of those clubs, either you can't save a pitcher. I mean, you got to go for it.
No. You got to get there first.
Yeah, you got to get there.
Antoine Richardson, the batter. Flight out to the warning track in left field in the 2nd inning. Fights it off foul, and it's 1-2. Tune in tonight after our Red Sox coverage to NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. Jameson and Sarah. Jermaine Wiggins in studio to talk his chief concerns and Bruins Capitals preseason highlights. See what know-how can do. Check swing foul at the plate.
Actually came up. It looked like it hit Richardson again, but he was in the batter's box. Just nubbed it in front of home plate, and it came up and hit the bat again.
80th pitch of the game coming up for Stephen Wright. And it's a ground ball right side. The backhand goes Lavarne way. Wright's got a cover, and he just does get the foot down. And ends the top of the 4th inning. A 1-2-3 inning. First one of the night for Wright. 2-1 New York. From technologies that make your life easier to people who care about your community, Eastern Bank is committed to putting you first. Learn all the ways Eastern puts you first at easternbank.com. 2-1, the Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Yoenis Cespedes leading it off for Boston. Hit a single and was thrown out at second base. So one of the 3 Red Sox hits in the game. Popped up, foul ground, first base way. Cervelli going as far as he can and can't make the catch. Another play that he may have had a chance to make a play on.
That didn't look good right from the get-go, did it?
No.
He was having problems right from the beginning. Looking at the tarp, then looking for everything but the baseball, really. I think Cervelli's had enough of pop-ups right now to last him for a while.
Now Mark Teixeira can enjoy it tonight from the dugout. Cespedes fouls it off to the right, out of play. A lot of hands there, but he reaches in and grabs it. In there for strike 3. Cespedes didn't like it, but it appears to be on the corner. That's a third strikeout for Capuano.
And Capuano there busting Cespedes inside with the fastball. And looks like a pretty good pitch.
One out here in the fourth inning. 5 in a row retired by Capuano. And here's Alan Craig. Well, tonight's key matchup is brought to you by Honda. Start something special with a great deal on a Honda. Alan Craig is hitting .563, 9 for 16, 4 doubles, 2 homers, and 6 RBIs lifetime against Chris Capuano. Of course, facing him a lot in the National League. Down this time, 0-2. Caught at third by Wheeler. Step to his left, and that one rolling around a little bit in his glove, but he was able to haul it in. 2 down.
Yeah, once again, the ball hit well by Craig to third base, but Wheeler is there as he'll take a couple of steps to his left, and it eventually found its way into the pocket of the glove.
Let's see if it moving around. Almost popped out.
That's not a good feeling when the ball's bouncing all over your glove like that.
2 down here in the fourth inning as Garen Cecchini gets his second look at Chris Capuano. Cecchini flying out to center field in the second inning. Ground ball to first base. Cervelli will take it himself to the bag, and that will end the fourth inning. We head for the fifth with the Yankees on top 2-1. Tweet your photo to hashtag NESN Fan Photo for a chance to be shown in our broadcast, brought to you by AT&T. Tonight's fan photo is from Tim V, who enjoyed a recent Red Sox game with his family. Well, the Red Sox and Yankees playing game one of a 3-game series. Into the 5th inning we go. Jose Pirela leading it off with a swing and a miss for strike one. His third at bat tonight against Stephen Wright. Pirela grounding out to short in the first, struck out swinging in the third. To third base and Cicchini. A couple of steps and a throw in time. Let's take a look at tonight's list, brought to you by Benjamin Moore. Most career hits in Major League history. You knew Derek Jeter had to be part of the list tonight. Pete Rose with 4,256. Ty Cobb, Hank Aaron, Stan Musial, and Tris Speaker ahead of Jeter. If you have a comment about tonight's list, tweet us at hashtag NESNList.
How about Pete Rose?
Incredible.
4,256 hits.
And your favorite player, right?
He was.
Yep. Yuri Perez batting with one out here in the 5th. Perez singled in the first inning, reached on a strikeout and a pass ball in the third.
I wonder if the commissioner will get rid of the ban on Pete Rose going into the Hall of Fame.
A pardon?
As one of his last acts as commissioner. I wonder if that will happen. I don't know.
Back to the mound, and Wright will throw to first base to retire Perez. 2 down in the 5th inning. Do you think he should?
It's a tough one, Don. You know, it's gambling on your team. I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, obviously,
a team you managed could be very difficult. A team you managed.
A team you manage, yeah. It's you know, we've talked about this off the air. I mean, one thing you know about Pete Rose, we never bet against himself,
right?
You know, but
he may not bet that night, though.
Exactly. I don't know. It's what a player. Talk about a guy that got most out of his ability.
2 down here in the 5th inning. Cervelli in his 3rd at bat of the night. And an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Drove in the Yankees' first run of the night. They'd scored twice against Stephen Wright. Takes the strike, kind of bend into that pitch. Wasn't going to bother him if it hit him, but instead it's a strike. Seven in a row now retired by Stephen Wright, trying to settle in here. As he goes the opposite way, does Cervelli. A base hit here with 2 outs. Second hit of the night for Francisco Cervelli. Well, the most popular way to follow the September pennant races is with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, the MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Get At Bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store or visit MLB.com. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Francisco Cervelli at first base and Chris Young at the plate. Young walked in the first, singled in the 3rd. Has been aboard twice tonight. Pitching line for Stephen Wright, brought to you by Ace Ticket. 4 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, and neither are earned. He has walked 2, struck out 4, and has thrown 90 pitches. He's got Matt Barnes up behind him right now in the pen. Pitch in there for a strike to even the count at 1-1. Amazingly, the Red Sox have played an American League high 55 one-run games this year. Actually have a winning record at 28 and 27 in one-run contests. The fly ball to left field, sending Bryce Brents back, and he'll be there to make the catch. It ends the top of the 5th inning. Halfway through, the Yankees on top 2-1. Now back at Fenway Park, Yankees have a 2-1 lead. As Shane Victorino looks on tonight. They're getting ready for next season, this entire offseason after the back surgery. Red Sox trail by a run as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Rusney Castillo leads it off. Castillo, Brents, and Lavarnway to bat here in the 5th. As Capuano starts him off with a curveball and misses for ball 1. Castillo grounded out to shortstop in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Capuano's now retired 7 Red Sox in a row. Tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. According to the Elias Sports Bureau, Christian Vasquez and Rusney Castillo are just the 2nd pair of Red Sox teammates to hit their first career home runs in the same game, joining Gary Hancock and Chico Walker, who accomplished the feat on September the 7th, 1980 against the Mariners.
1980. I was around here in 1980.
So you were there for that. Gary Hancock and Chico Walker, same game. It's you looking through your memory and you don't remember.
No, I don't remember it. No, no, but I remember that I was playing around 1980.
That much we know.
That's still pretty clear in my mind.
Rusney Castillo grounded to the shortstop Brendan Ryan in the 2nd inning, waiting on a 2-2 pitch. On the ground and through into left field, a base hit for Rusney Castillo. So his first hit of the night.
Castillo recently, over the last couple of games, swinging the bat with more authority. You know, he hit a lot of numbers early in his at-bats with the Red Sox, but he is now driving the ball a little bit more. A couple of balls hit well yesterday, the home run ball off the wall, now the base hit to the right of the shortstop.
Now Bryce Brents with a runner at first base. Brents, as they check on Castillo, just did get back. Putting the gloves on. Next thing you know, the throw's coming over. I'm going to foul tip for strike one. Rents with a single to drive in a run in the second inning. The only Red Sox run of the night. He's able to score Alan Craig from third base. And at the time, the Red Sox went on top 1-0. But the Yankees get two in the third and now have a 2-1 advantage as the Red Sox bat here in the home half of the fifth.
One steal for Castillo. Has not been caught.
Fly ball struck well towards deep right center field. Yuri Perez going back, and that ball is caught in right field. Richardson able to get back there to make the catch against the bullpen wall. Antoine Richardson in front of Perez makes the grab for the first out and robs Bryce Brents.
What a terrific play by Richardson. First of all, he had a long way to go, and then he's going into a very difficult area out there where the bullpen is. I mean, he catches it and crashes right into the wall in front of the bullpen, right in the corner. That ball hit a long way to the opposite field by Brents, but a really nice play by Richardson. I don't think he realized he was that close to that wall.
Not the way he reacted at all. Really bounced off it. So one out, Castillo at first base, and Ryan Lavarnway the batter. There goes Castillo at first. Little bobble by Murphy, and his throw will be late. Over sliding was Castillo, but he was able to get back to the bag.
Steele's got to start his slides a little bit earlier, maybe. He's flying across that bag. Kind of a hook slide that time. It comes right off. He's well off the bag. Yeah, he's going to start a little bit sooner than that.
So into scoring position with one down, which was a ball to Lavarnway. He'll take it down low, 2-0. Low again, 3-0. So everything down so far to Lavarnway.
And Lavarnway may have the green light here, 3-0. Why not?
Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach for the Yankees, looking on as Capuano gets behind. And Lavarnway takes strike one. Two runs, 4 hits, an error for New York. A run, 4 hits, and an error for Boston. Matt Barnes has a look of a guy maybe coming into this game next inning. 3-1 pitch to Lavarnway. And a pop-up, foul off first base, and Cervelli leans in and makes the catch into the dugout. Well, after 2 misplays in foul ground, he looked very good on that play.
And now he can go back to the dugout and get on all the guys that were getting on him for the first 2 pop-ups. He had control of this one. Checks a little bit earlier how far he's got to go, and he was fortunate to be coming in on this instead of going back.
Kind of caught it in the heel of his glove, but got the job done. Toughest play so far for him, and he makes that one. So 2 down, Rusney Castillo at second base, and Dan Butler, Red Sox catcher, now batting. 3 for 16 so far this year in the major leagues for Dan Butler. Fouled out to Zealous Wheeler, third base in the 3rd inning. In there for strike one. In there for strike 2 when it's 0-2. Leadoff single by Castillo. He stole second base, but since then, Brent says flight out to right. Lavarnway has fouled out to Cervelli at first. Now Dan Butler waiting on an 0-2 pitch. As Capuano spirals off the backside, but no throw. Top of the order for the Red Sox, Mookie Betts waiting on deck. And a swing and a miss as striking out is Dan Butler. That's the 4th strikeout for Capuano. It ends the 5th inning. It's 2-1 New York. Lead over the Red Sox. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Chairman Tom Werner along with us, and President CEO Larry Lucchino joining us as well. And Tom, this has been certainly a trying year for the Red Sox, but I know that there's great appreciation from the ownership for the fans, really, and what this year has meant.
Well, John and Larry and I just wanted to thank the fans for their extraordinary loyalty this year. You know, we sold almost 3 million tickets. The fans came out to support the team. Obviously, we're disappointed with the way we played, but you can be sure that we're working very hard to merit that loyalty and to bring back a championship team.
It's not just a one-year phenomenon. We've been here for 13 years, and the resilience and the loyalty and the dedication of the Red Sox fan is really second to none. I know that's an easy cliche, and people all over baseball say it, but our fans walk the walk. They demonstrate it year in and year out. We're likely to have, 2,950 is in terms of attendance, 2,950,000 fans this year, just a touch under 3 million. And our fans do that year in and year out, and we're really proud of that.
I think everybody knows this is a tough business. I mean, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's rough, but the key is consistency, and back to work on Monday morning.
And we think that there's some encouraging signs. Last night, obviously, we had 7 rookies playing, and there's a lot of encouraging signs, but we're not complacent, and we're going to go out and we're going to put together a great team.
Yeah, we have had a couple of bad years here, but not many out of the 13, and we much prefer winning. We're still as hungry as ever, I will say that. and we do want to come back and play in October next year. That's our goal, year in and year out. And if anything, this just makes us a little more hungry, a little more aggressive, a little more determined to do that for ourselves, for our players, and especially for our fans.
Well, looking at this last week, I mean, a testament alone, looking at the crowds that have been here for this entire homestand, the last homestand.
It's remarkable, and these are not always easy games to attend with school days and autumn weather sometimes. Although we've been lucky this September, it's a great tribute to our fans, and we just thought it was important that every chance we get to say thank you, we avail ourselves of it.
And, of course, this entire weekend, a special weekend with Derek Jeter here for the last weekend of his career. And he said that he would play here because it is Boston. If it had been anywhere else, he probably would not have played. But he's going to play here this weekend. And it's certainly a special time here at Fenway.
Well, he's an incomparable baseball player. Certainly probably get more votes for the Hall of Fame than almost anybody in the history of baseball, and he deserves it.
Well, we thank you both very much for coming up and joining us and being with us.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, guys. It was a tough year for everyone, including you guys, and a first-class job done by all of you this year, too.
Thank you.
And we hope to make next year a lot more fun for all of us.
All right.
Larry Lucchino and Tom Werner are with us as we're in the midst of the top of the 6th inning with Matt Barnes now in the game. As Barnes is taking over for Stephen Wright, and Austin Romine batting with a runner at second base. A 1-1 pitch is grounded back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Stopping at third base is Murphy, as Romine has got himself a single. And Barnes has been welcomed rudely into this game with back-to-back hits. So first and third with nobody out now in the 6th inning. Now Brendan Ryan coming up here for the Yankees with 2 on, nobody out. Ryan has walked and flied to center. And he'll send one foul off to the right out of play. So the Yankees off to a fast start here in the 6th inning. Stephen Wright leaves the game after 5 innings tonight. Gave up a total of 4 hits to the Yankees, charged with 2 runs and currently on the hook, although neither of those runs were earned runs. Walked 2 and struck out 4. And Barnes starting the 6th inning so far unsuccessfully. Fouled off to the right out of play, and it's 0-2. H.B. Hood salutes future Red Sox Hall of Famer Tim Wakefield. Since retiring from his outstanding career, Tim has become honorary chairman of the Red Sox Foundation, which runs the Red Sox Scholars and the Home Base program, and that helps fight children's cancer at the Jimmy Fund. Congratulations to Tim Wakefield. First and third, nobody out, and an 0-2 pitch to Brendan Ryan. Fouled off to the right. Nice catch. Backhanded, barehanded.
Backhanded, barehand play.
First and third, 0-2 the count to Brendan Ryan. He goes around, according to home plate umpire Paul Nauert. And Nauert telling him now he can't believe it. He's not going to check. He's going to ring him up. That's out number 1. So Ryan now walking away finally.
I don't blame Ryan on that one. I don't think he did go on that, but
at least a check maybe.
Yeah, at least please ask somebody. What do you think, Don? You think everybody goes?
I think you went.
Think he did?
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever you say.
His intent clearly was to swing, and he went. So 1 down, and Wheeler with a swing and a miss. 0-1. Apparently foul tipped it.
Tomorrow's game, if you're going to be watching, is not going to be on NESN. It's going to be on Fox. Tomorrow, as they picked up the Saturday game, so you'll be out on the boat tomorrow. It's going to be a nice day.
Yes.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Is it?
Great
didn't
weather.
know that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like the
really
weather.
good weather. All weekend long. Fish will be biting tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be a good day. And we'll be back with you on Sunday for the finale of the season. Tomorrow's pitching matchup, Joe Kelly matched up against Masahiro Tanaka, and then Clay Buchholz and Michael Pineda on Sunday as Pineda returns here to Fenway Park. 1-1 pitch and a swing and a miss, elevated at 94 miles an hour. Look at tomorrow's starters. Tanaka and Kelly matched up. 10th start for Joe Kelly in a Red Sox uniform. Tanaka coming back off the DL. Make his 20th start of the year, looking for win number 14 of the season. In the dirt outside, and it is 2-2.
I've seen Barnes a couple of times now since being called up from the minor leagues, and I kind of like his stuff. He's got a good live fastball, shot breaking ball, and it's obviously a very, very small sample size, but let's put it this way, I like the arm a lot.
Fly ball to right field as Alan Craig comes in a few steps and makes the catch. Tagging at third base is Murphy. The throw is not going to be in time, and the Yankees will take a 3-1 lead. A sac fly for Zealous Wheeler.
Now, 2 times in this game, ground ball outs for Wheeler, but he gets the man at third base and gets the job done with the fly ball deep enough. Out to Alan Craig and able to get that run home for the Yankees.
So Romine remains at first base, and it brings up Antoine Richardson. Inside for ball 1. Could have been called a strike. So the Yankees had a run here so far in the 6th inning after Barnes gave up back-to-back hits. Struck out Ryan, the sac fly for Wheeler. Now Richardson fouls it off and evens the count at 1-1. Discover the stars, our universe, and more with Neil deGrasse Tyson. January 16th at Foxwoods Resort Casino. Tickets are available at foxwoods.com or by calling 1-800-200-2882. Fouled straight back, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
That's that fastball again at 95 miles an hour.
Fouled back, still 1-2. Hey, Red Sox Nation, get a free medium beverage when you enroll in the Dunkin' Donuts Rewards Program, DD Perks. And just pay with your registered DD card or the DD mobile app to earn points towards more free beverages. It's Dunkin's way of rewarding their loyal fans. Enroll today at ddperks.com. The Red Sox run on Dunkin'. 2 outs, Romine at first base, held on by Lavarnway. And a fly ball to center field. Castillo was playing shallow, but it's not a problem as he moves into left center and makes the catch that ends the inning. The Yankees had a run, take a 3-1 lead through 5.5.
half of the 6th inning now, guys, and all weekend we're going to hear one word: respect. It's really a two-way street between Derek Jeter and Fenway Park here. Don, you mentioned earlier that Jeter said, listen, if this was anywhere else in terms of this being his last series other than Fenway Park, Jeter probably wouldn't be playing. He added on to that earlier today, saying if he could play in one stadium that's not Yankee Stadium for it to be his final series, I guess this isn't too surprising of a proclamation then, it would be here at Fenway Park. But fans at home watching saying, you know, why is he not playing defense? Jeter did say he wanted to take one thing with him from Yankee Stadium, and that's being able to say his last defensive game was at home at Yankee Stadium. And of course, he got his wish yesterday, so the designated hitter role is all we will see him in Saturday and Sunday.
All right, Gary, thanks very much. So many moments for him here at Fenway Park, and so many games here at Fenway Park over the years for Derek Jeter. Remember Mariano Rivera's last year, he finished up his last series in Houston, which was certainly odd. And of course, he did not pitch in that series in Houston.
No, he made his final appearance at Yankee Stadium, and that was it.
And his parents here, as they have been for so many years. Remember the first time I saw them and Derek Jeter was at Double-A in Albany, New York, the Albany Colony Yankees in 1994, when Jeter was making his way up through the minors. His parents were there then, and they are still there today, even though his final game at Yankee Stadium is over, and they'll be here all weekend. And so many great shots of them throughout the years during the World Series and playoffs and milestones for Jeter. So it grounded up over the mound towards second as Perella throws to first in time to get Mookie Betts for the first out of the 6th inning.
You know, there's no way really. I mean, you think about this and Jeter's final weekend and his final game and his great career, and you know, you try to think of the right things to say, and you know, you let the baseball stuff speak for itself as far as I'm concerned. I mean, all you got to do is look in the books, you know, and you see what kind of player Derek Jeter was. But the thing that I always admired most of all is the way that he went about playing the game of baseball. He played it the right way, on and off the field. And if you could clone baseball players for the future, you would do it with a guy like Derek Jeter. I mean, he just played it perfectly. He conducted himself as a professional at all times, on the field and off the field. And in this day and age, to be able to stay that way off the field especially, is incredible.
In New York.
In New York.
I mean, that is.
I have nothing but tremendous respect for him. I really do. The same way about Rivera. You know, I've the same type of feeling. But I mean, to do it for 20 years in that market. But never mind all that. Just if you could clone a baseball player, say, here's what we want baseball players to be like. You know, as we grow into future years, we want them to be like Derek Jeter. And he played the game the way it's supposed to be played.
And George Steinbrenner realizing that at a pretty early age for Derek Jeter, making him the captain of the Yankees at an early age, really to be a captain of the Yankees.
You know, I was told, and I don't know if this is a true story or not, but I was told by the cameraman in New York that George Steinbrenner, when he was living, did not want the cameraman to film or to show Derek Jeter even smiling on a baseball field. They wanted him all serious all the time. That was one of Steinbrenner's things. Now, I don't know if that's a true story or not, but when the camera guys tell you that, I think that's pretty accurate.
Well, taking it in all tonight and be playing tomorrow and Sunday, as Gary mentioned, as a DH. To third base, and Wheelers throw across in time. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Alltown, New England's premier convenience retailer, is committed to supporting the communities they serve. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Visit alltown.com for an Alltown location near you. 5 in a row retired by Capuano. 2 down here in the 6th inning. In there for strike 1 to Yoenis Cespedes. Told you we would revisit the poll tonight. Right now, Mariano Rivera, most valuable Yankee player in the last 20 years. 54% say. On the ground, shift on, and it is Pirela, the second baseman on the left side of the infield. Throws out Cespedes, perfectly positioned as it turned out. Red Sox down in order. We head for the 7th, 3-1 New York. Industrial plants throughout the Northeast run optimum efficiency. Wow, but you didn't know that. FWWeb did that. More on this proud Boston Red Sox sponsored FWWeb.com. 3-1. Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox as we head into the top half of the 7th inning here, and leading it off is Jose Pirela. And an assist on the final out of last inning, and he's quickly down 0-2. Second inning of relief for Matt Barnes.
Okay, book this right now, Don. Bonds is going to be in the Red Sox bullpen next year.
Bullpen next year. Not in the rotation to start the year in Pawtucket, huh?
I'm just taking a guess.
Okay. This one is popped up and foul back onto the screen. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy make a donation. Boston Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 donation once again this season. CVS Pharmacy, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. In the dirt outside, 1-2. Foul back and still 2-2. 3 runs, 6 hits, an error for the Yankees. A run, 4 hits, and an error for Boston. Foul back again. We'll do it again. 2-2. Jeter chant again. Liner to left, caught on a line by Brents for the first out of the inning. Perez coming up here with one down in the 7th inning. Fouled off to the right, out of play. The Don't Miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU Digital Federal Credit Union, Sunday at 1 p.m. TC and Tim Wakefield will have the Derek Jeter ceremony live. DCU Digital Federal Credit Union, what can DCU save you? One down here in the 7th. No one won the count to Perez. Through the 9th inning on Tuesday night against Tampa Bay. Allowed a solo home run to Matt Joyce in that game as this one fouled off to the right. 1-2. Just made his major league debut on September the 9th against Baltimore. 3 innings, allowing no runs. Went around according to home plate umpire Paul Nauert, and that is strike 3. Second strikeout for Barnes, and there are 2 outs in the inning.
That's that curveball from Bonds, and it's a very hard curveball, 84 miles an hour. As you see the break on it, it fools Perez. No question that he went around on that swing.
Nika Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. So 2 down here in the 7th, and Francisco Cervelli coming up. Playing at first base tonight for New York. A strikeout victim in the 1st. Single in the 3rd, an RBI single at that, and then single to right in the 5th. Fooled on the breaking ball for strike 1. Sean Kelly up in the pen for New York. First action we have seen out there is Capuano. Pitched very well through the first 6 innings. Pitching line for Chris Capuano, brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It's unearned. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 4. Came in at 2-4 overall in his 40th appearance, 12th start, all coming with New York. Oh, 2 pitch. Chris Young waiting on deck. 5 in a row. Retired by Barnes since coming into the game now after giving up a couple of hits and a run very quickly. Barnes this year with Pawtucket 8-9 with a 3.95 earned run average. 22 total starts for the Paw Sox. And 7 shutout innings in the second game of the Governor's Cup semifinals against Syracuse. They've gone around, did he? They check no, says Vic Carapazza, first base umpire. And down to first base on the walk goes Cervelli.
No swing there by Cervelli as he'll make his way down to first base. He's been on base 3 times tonight, 2 singles, RBI, and now the walk with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Two down, Cervelli at first, and Chris Young the batter. Walk in the first, a single in the third before flying out to left in the 5th. Popped up, foul ground. Lavarnway makes the catch. It ends the top of the 7th inning. It's 7th inning stretch. Yankees have a 3-1 lead. Green Mountain Coffee K-Cup packs will keep you running and guarantees to satisfy any fan base. Order by 11:30 a.m. and get free same-day delivery. Who but W.B. Mason? That's on to the bottom of the 7th inning back at Fenway Park. Yankees have a 3-1 lead. And Chris Capuano back on the mound again. They had Kelly up in the pen, and they still do as the inning begins. Capuano starting the inning against Alan Craig, who tonight is 1 for 2. Craig with a single to left in the second. Lined out to third base in the 4th inning. Heath Hembry up in the Red Sox pen. Stephen Wright started. Saw Matt Barnes. Barnes working 2 innings and giving up a run in those 2 innings. 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. Capuano has held the Red Sox to 4 hits and a run. The run is unearned. An error committed by Chris Young in left field. High for ball 2, 2-2. Fly ball center field. Yuri Perez out there in center. And he'll make the catch for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time for a Toyota game break. And Tom Caron, TC. All right, thanks very much, Tom. The Texas Rangers making some problems for some people lately, playing good baseball under Tim Bogart, who is taking over the reins there after Ron Washington resigned. Texas winning 9 of their last 10 games and 5 in a row. But now trailing, as Tom mentioned, to the Oakland A's.
And well, it certainly doesn't hurt Bogart's chances of maybe coming back next year. A disastrous season for the Texas Rangers. Injuries.
66 wins. And it's taken that run for them at the end of the year to even get to the 66 win conversation. Oh, he got it.
Come on.
I think he's got it.
You got it. That's the way to go.
Rangers 66 and 93, but again, winners of 9 of their last 10. And 5 in a row for Texas.
Well, the Angels on the verge of a 100-win season. One year in 1978, I won, not I won, but we won 99 games and took it to the house.
It's amazing.
99 wins. And you don't go to postseason.
You are not in the postseason.
Nope. You are back watching the postseason.
1-2 pitch is low, and it's 2-2. Saw Fred Lynn is here tonight in the Legend Suite at Fenway Park.
Yeah, Freddie looks like he can still play.
Yes.
He's in great shape. He's aged very well.
Lives in San Diego. That'll do it to you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it must be the San Diego weather.
That's what it is.
It's got to be.
Cicchini with a swing and a miss and strikes out. There's the 5th strikeout for Capuano. 2 down here in the 7th. He's looked good tonight. And that will be the night as Joe Girardi heads out to get Capuano. 2 outs here in the 7th. He has retired the last 8 batters in a row. And that'll be the night for Capuano. The Yankees have a 3-1 lead. Tomorrow on Dining Playbook, Billy Costa and Jenny Johnson visit the brand new Tuscan Kitchen in Burlington and give you a trio of terrific spots to try. Head into the kitchen with Bruins Johnny Boychuk and hear from a slew of Red Sox players. Catch all that and more. Dining Playbook tomorrow morning at 9. High drive, deep left field, and that ball is crushed out of Fenway Park for Rusney Castillo. His second home run of the last 2 nights. Well, comes Kelly into the game on the first pitch. Drives one out of the yard.
Well, Rusney is starting to show his power over the last couple of nights here at Fenway. A breaking ball this time, as he takes it up over the monster seats for the home run.
Now Bryce Brents, Red Sox back within a run with one swing of the bat. Alltown, New England's premier convenience retailer, is committed to supporting the communities they serve. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Visit alltown.com for an Alltown location near you. So 2 down, Bryce Brents with a count of 1-1. He'll drive one to left field. Young going back onto the track, and he'll make the catch in front of the wall. So that will end the inning, but Brents gives it a ride. Red Sox back within a home run as Castillo gets a home run. It's 3-2 Yankees. Homered, and then Bryce Brents came up and he gave one a ride. His parents are watching, thinking that one might have a chance, as we did.
Mom was sure of it.
Yeah. Chris Young backed up onto the warning track, make the catch right in front of the wall. Now new pitcher on for the Red Sox. They're third of the night. Heath Hembree into the game for Boston, as this call to the bullpen is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Takes over for Barnes, who went the last 2 innings. For Hembree, his 6th appearance. A record of 5.63 earned run average, 5 walks to 5 Ks, and opponent sitting at 313 against Hembree. I saw Hembree 6 days ago On the 20th at Baltimore, pitching against the Orioles, did not appear in this last series against Tampa Bay. John Ryan Murphy leading it off here in the 8th inning for New York. Swing and a miss on a pitch biting in from Hembree.
Fastball running in at about 94 miles an hour. Two-seam fastball gets the swing and miss.
Yankees with action in their pen. Adam Warren, the right-hander, warming. A check did not offer, says Vic Carapazza. Murphy held up 2-2. A off pitch coming to Murphy. And a swing and a miss. Helped out there. Swung at a ball coming up and in.
Now, once again, that fastball up and in and gave Murphy a tough time in that at bat. Couldn't stay off it, and obviously a very difficult pitch to make contact on. If you do, you're probably going to break your bat.
One down here in the 8th. Austin Romine coming up. Romine has grounded to short. Grounded into a fielder's choice and single to center. Swing and a miss for strike one. Austin Romine sends one to right field, sending Alan Craig back a few steps. Makes the catch for the second out of the 8th. Ace Ticket, the official Red Sox ticket partner, has the best seats at the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway. All the 200% guarantee. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Treat yourself or someone special. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Two down in the 8th inning, and it brings up Brendan Ryan. Ryan swings away and sends one out towards left center field. Bryce Brent's coming in and over, and he'll make the catch. It ends the top of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-2 New York. Sox Final presented by Esurance. Send your questions to TC at hashtag Sox Final. Maybe yours will be answered on Red Sox Final presented by Esurance. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Red Sox trailing by a run. 3-2 Yankees on top. Of the Yankees bring on their third pitcher of the night, Adam Warren, into the game. His 68th appearance, 3-6 with a 3.07 earned run average. 72 strikeouts and 24 walks, and opponents hitting at .221 against Warren. A pinch hitter coming up here for the Red Sox. Jamal Weeks is going to pinch hit for Ryan Lavarnway. So Weeks with a chance here to lead it off in the bottom of the 8th inning. Red Sox in search of a run to tie it up. Ryan Lavarnway tonight had been 0 for 2, striking out and fouling out in 2 at-bats. As Weeks takes strike 1.
Looks like Daniel Nava has come out on deck to hit for Butler.
Strike over the outside corner, and it's 0-2 down to Weeks. And is busy for Boston. Edward Mujica warming up. So far in relief of Stephen Wright tonight, we've seen Matt Barnes and Heath Hembree. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in, and Weeks strikes out for the first out of the 8th inning. It's time for an Essence Sports Today update. Back here at Fenway Park, where it is 3-2, the Yankees holding on to a 1-run lead with 1 out here in the 8th. And Daniel Nava coming up. Nava has a pinch hitting performance here for the Red Sox. And he takes strike 1. That's for Dan Butler, who had been 0 for 2 in this game. Butler fouled out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. Red Sox hitting for their first baseman and catcher so far here in the bottom of the 8th. Strike called, and it's 0-2.
A couple of genuine strikes in this inning, but it's been pretty much that way all night. So now at the home plate umpire doing a consistent job.
Swing and a miss, and Nava strikes out. So Warren with back-to-back strikeouts of 2 pinch hitters here in the 8th.
2 left-handed hitters and 2 sliders down and in for strikeouts. 1 to Weeks, 1 to Nava.
Two down, top of the order. Mookie Betts coming up 0 for 3 in the game. Betts has lined out to center, grounded out to short, grounded out to second. Guard the line at 3rd, and Zealous Wheeler at 3rd base. As Betts takes strike 1. Warren coming in throwing strikes. 7 pitches, 7 strikes. And 2 outs so far on strikeouts. Looks like Vasquez getting his gear together, perhaps to come out here after Butler. He's pinch hit for in the inning. There's a pitch in there for strike 2. Warren last pitched on Sunday last week against Toronto. Fly ball, foul off to the right, out of play. This postseason, MLB Network's Bob Costas and Jim Cott bring you 2 Division Series games on October 4th and 6th, exclusively on MLB Network. Visit findmlbnetwork.com for your channel number. Fly ball towards right center field. Yuri Perez moves into right center and makes the catch. That ends the bottom of the 8th inning. Warren with a 1-2, 3/8. It's to the 9th we go. 3-2 New York. Nesson is brought to you by the new Scion TC, your local New England Audi dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. Now back in Boston, where the Yankees hold a 3-2 lead over the Red Sox into the top of the 9th inning. Changes for the Red Sox. Nava stays in the game in right field. Alan Craig moving from right field to first base. And behind the dish now is Christian Vasquez, catching Heath Hembree back out there to begin the 9th. Zealous Wheeler takes strike 1. In the air to shallow right field. Out goes Betts. In comes Nava. Nava is there to make the catch for the first out. Bob's Discount Furniture is going to bat for the Jimmy Fund once again. Bob will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund for every game saved this season. Everybody saves at Bob's. Bob's Discount Furniture. Quality, choice, and value. Learn more at mybobs.com. 1 out in the 9th, 4 in a row, retired by Hembree. And it brings up Anton Richardson. Richardson 0 for 3. He's flied out to left, grounded out to first, and flied out to center. Yankees closer David Robertson up in the pen. On the ground down the first baseline, foul. Red Sox scheduled in the bottom of the 9th inning to have Xander Bogaerts, Yoenis Cespedes, and Alan Craig bat. and away, 2-2. Right side and through into right field. Richardson with a base hit by the dive of Betts at second base. First time Richardson's been on in the game. Don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Men's Warehouse. Proud to introducing Joseph Abood. TC and Tim Wakefield will take a look back at the 2014 season. That's Sunday at 12:30 p.m. on NESN.
Robinson at first base, excellent speed, 5 steals, has not been caught. It might be going here in this one-run ball game. Los Vasquez now behind the plate for the Red Sox.
Richardson gains his lead, good size lead, a swing and a miss for Pirela. Starting to stop at first and a ground ball to shortstop. Bogarts to second for one. On to first in time. Double play. 6-4-3 on the twin killing. Nicely turned by Boston. Joe Girardi out to dispute this play at first base. Apparently he thought he beat it out. So see if they challenge. And Girardi checking first with Pirela, and they are not going to challenge. So 3-2, Yankees take the lead to the ninth. The guys will break down Stephen Wright starting and have John Farrell's post-game comments. You can't go wrong when you buy right at WB Mason. Tonight's game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Chris Capuano, the pitcher of record right now for New York, as he's gone 6 2/3, 4 hits, did not allow a run. He did give up 1 run, but it was unearned. Cervelli 2 for 3 for New York, as Stephen Wright on the hook right now in 5 innings, giving up 4 hits. He also did not give up an earned run, but 2 runs total, as Rusney Castillo with a long home run has brought the Red Sox back within a run, as Xander Bogaerts takes strike 1 from the Yankees closer. David Robertson into the game. His 63rd appearance. He is 38 out of 43 in save opportunities. And opponents only hitting at 191 against Robertson. Bogaerts on the ground into left field, a base hit. Well, the bottom of the 9th inning, Red Sox have the tying run at first with nobody out.
Bogaerts' balance over the last 2 weeks has been so much better than it was earlier in the season. Stays back very well there on a breaking ball and picks up the base hit into left field. So the Red Sox have the potential tying run at first.
So lead runner on here in the 9th inning, and Yoenis Cespedes coming up. Cespedes with a single in the first inning. Since then, a strikeout and a ground out. Yankees infield a double play depth. And it's strike 1. Adam Warren, incidentally, very impressive 8th inning for New York, as he retired the Red Sox in order on 2 strikeouts and a flyout. But now it's Robertson, the closer, into the game for the Yankees. Cespedes takes the strike. That breaking ball fooled him. The curveball 0-2.
That curveball directly at Cespedes, and it breaks and apparently picks up the inside corner. And with plenty.
Ichiro part of the bench tonight for New York, as is Mark Teixeira. Bogaerts held on at first base by Cervelli, and they'll check on him as he dives back. Yankees outfield very deep. Yuri Perez in center, backed up. Played straight away, but deep. In the dirt and trying to go to second base is Bogaerts, but he will be. They call him out. Ball comes loose, but they're saying on the transfer. I don't know.
Yeah, that was awfully quick. We're going to have to take a look at this on replay because I think he was originally out, but the question is, what the umpire is saying is that he held the ball long enough, and on the transfer is when it came out. Is the tag? Oh no! That ball was knocked out of his glove.
Yeah, it was never in the glove.
No, that ball was knocked out of his glove. He's going to be safe.
Definitely not the transfer.
Nope.
He wasn't transferring anything. Now they're saying he's safe as they get together. Don't even look at the review. They just come together as umpires and rule it. But now Joe Girardi's coming out. Not seen a lot of these this year because of replay. There hasn't been both managers on the field.
Yeah, exactly right.
You can't argue a replay review, but you can argue this.
See, I don't think the second baseman ever had complete control of this. I mean, he catches it. He's got it now. But now Bogaerts just goes to the tag and it knocks it right out of his glove.
They are charging the second baseman with an error, Perella. It allows Bogaerts in a scoring position with nobody out here in the 9th. Tying run in scoring position. Cespedes with a count of 1-2. Jumping back out of the way is Cespedes on a pitch that ran in. That time it wasn't a curveball, it was a fastball.
Yeah, that's what those curveballs inside will do to you. They'll make you stay in a little bit longer. Then they zip the fastball in there on you.
Alan Craig on deck. Red Sox batting here in the bottom of the ninth. In the dirt, full count. Cespedes had been down 0-2. Xander Bogaerts at second base with nobody out in the ninth. Swing and a miss, and Cespedes strikes out for the first out of the ninth.
Right back inside again. Everything real tight on the fastballs inside to Cespedes. Really tied him up that time.
One out. Bogart still at second base. Here's Alan Craig. Singled back in the second inning. Scored the Red Sox first run of the night. Since then he's lined out to third, flied out to center. Inside, and Craig late to react but gets out of the way. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and away. So he kind of set him up there with the pitch up and in, then goes down and away.
And Don saw that coming. Fastball inside, then slider away. You'd have hit that because you knew it was coming.
I was coming. I would have gone the other way.
Yes, you'd have taken it the other way. We've been tied up right now.
Aaron Cicchini waiting on deck. In there for strike two, and again they pound him in.
And again, a generous call, but again, you know, that's what it's been all night long. Frustrating for hitters, making the pitchers happy.
Ball and 2 strikes to Alan Craig with 1 out here in the ninth inning. Swing and a miss, and Craig strikes out. That's a big out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Robertson. 2 down.
And once again, after the fastball inside, back to the slider down and away.
Harry Rothschild headed out here to talk to Robertson. Kind of a rare visit to talk to your closer in the middle of an inning here without too much trouble going on.
Yeah, I think it's more of a scouting report on Cicchini from what they've gathered so far. And Robertson not familiar with him, never faced him before, and probably getting that information from the pitching coach.
Bogart's over to talk to Brian Butterfield while he had a moment. Now headed back to second base. So it's up to Garrett Cicchini here with 2 outs in the ninth inning. Cicchini tonight 0 for 3. He's fly to center, grounded out to first, and struck out swinging. Swing and a miss for strike 1. There it is again. A breaking ball down and in. Not tantalizing enough. Up and away, 1-1. Won't save last night for Robertson. Gave up 3 runs in last night's game against Baltimore. This one tap foul and kind of a tough start tonight with Bogaerts with the leadoff hit to begin the inning, but he gets 2 outs back to back in Cespedes and Craig.
Well, the slider has been the pitch for him to this point. Let's see what he does here on the 1-2 count.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down in the 9th inning. Cicchini, they checked, did not go. Goes to that breaking ball again, down and in, but Cicchini not chasing that time. Tying run at second base, and Xander Bogaerts with 2 down in the 9th. Deuces Wild on the scoreboard and left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Up and away, ball 3, full count.
I got a feeling he's going to come back with that breaking ball down and in. Let's see on the 3-2 count.
Rusney Castillo hoping he gets a chance. He waits on deck. In the air to left field. Chris Young is back there waiting, and he makes the catch that ends the ball game. Was the breaking ball down and in that gets Cicchini to fly out to left, and the Yankees win game 1 of the series 3-2. We'll step aside and come back with more from Fenway right after this.